All right, good morning. Okay. I'm not going to be on here too long with this. I hope all is well. Probably getting ready for your day, your morning, work, all that stuff. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to delve some more into my own personal situation here. Now, I keep hearing about a married couple. Not, wasn't sure who that could be. Confirmation. But anyway, wondered if it was my sibling and his wife. Now, I shared with you all the premeditation, like that they would do some kind of, I don't know, ritual, initiation or whatever for them to jump on in and getting in with whatever it is, this work that they were doing on me. Okay. So I'm still trying. One hard head hoe, she ain't gonna never give it up. But anyway. So years back, I went to Atlanta for this girl who is this lady who raised me, her niece. And like I said, I think then is when they were, I don't know what they were planning. I don't know. Okay, but something was up. That girl didn't ask me to come there to watch her daughter. She can't ask me to come there for something else. While they, I don't know, call themselves plotting and planning and whatnot. I really don't know. Maybe I'll do a reading on that one day. But anyway, my sibling, I hadn't talked to him. Oh, no, I have. I guess I had been talking to him. I don't know, not that much. He's always mean and hateful person. Very. Probably just more hurt than anything by the trauma of his life. Father, whatever. His mother. Probably some of her family members. Something happened to that boy. Something happened to that boy that didn't happen to me. Because his level of anger was just actually fucking scary as fuck. I mean, he didn't get in trouble like in school, things of that nature. He didn't fight, you know, wasn't out there in the streets and all of that type of thing at all. I mean, if he was, I didn't know it, but no, he wasn't like that. Just an anger sitting in his belly waiting to boil over. He was the one I talked about a long time ago for those who've been watching me here. I don't know what happened with this some girl he was supposed to go on a date with. I don't know what the hell happened. All I know is that he put a hole in a picture of the girl in her face. Um, Burned it, her face in the picture, and pinned it up on his wall. And I thought that was really twisted. One time, his cousin was having issues with his wife because I guess she was sleeping around, which I don't know why it was a surprise. They said the girl was a hoe before he married her, but I guess he wanted to turn a hoe into a housewife. And my sibling said, "Oh, I know how he could solve that problem." I was like, "Well, how?" He was like, "Choke her." I was like, "Okay, you're fucking nuts. You're crazy." But see, his shit was masked with education. And you know how you niggas are about it, about education. Go to school and get them degrees, which is okay, fine, that's fine. But people equate it to, oh, that means they're a good person. That means that they're solid. That means that they're stable. Okay, not at all. And he, I want to say, I believe that he was a smart kid. I always looked up to him when we were young. Uh, when I was very young, I had this kind of special kind of love for him. He went through a lot. But see, I think he went through some things that when we were young that I was not aware of. Like I said, that woman who raised me, her family, they're cursed. They're cursed people. Um, what do you call them? Generational curses and whatnot. All this, some kind of perversion, which I talked about already. And I don't know 1000%, but something happened in his life. Um, in that family. Now, me, no, it didn't, because like I said before, the spirituals, like she knew you would tell. You goddamn right. I would tell. Definitely had issues with my dad not being there, leaving, but that carried on for so long. And if it's correct, I'm not saying 1000% it is, because I'm not really sure. But you piece things together. If that lady who raised us, his mother, and her family did something to him, I could understand his grieving for years and years on end about his father, well, our father, because he's my biological father too, not, so, sometimes I fucking wonder, okay, but I'm like, where the hell did they get me from? But anyway, not being there to protect him. Because hell, ain't that what a father's supposed to do? Not run around all over town, all over states with thousands of different women and fuck my children. Okay, but that's what my dad did. And there might be more to that, but in general, that's what he did. There was no protection, wasn't there. So if something happened to him, okay, I'm not saying 1000% for sure, but looking at things, I'm like, maybe, because he grieved that. My brother grieved that for years, okay, and then it was like the blame was so much put on my dad, as far as my sibling is concerned, as far as my brother is concerned, about, but it's like, no, lady, stop. You contributed whatever's wrong with him. You have contributed to that as well. When you, like I've been saying, and you see things and your radar goes off, pay attention. Don't question yourself. I'm not saying jump and run and make any kind of accusations, but you need to pay attention. Do not blow it off, okay? And though I was younger than him, though I was young things that I would see or notice or observe, okay, or intuitively pick up on. Um, I guess I just not so much blew it off, but given kid in a family dynamic, that I was feeling my own. This is strange here. Something's strange. Imagine being like 4 or 5, which I'm sure some of you have, and you're like, something's strange in this whole dynamic. I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here. But I guess I'm wherever God wanted me to be. All right. But anyway. One time, my dad was always, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That type of shit, and didn't do it. Okay. And that really, really affected my sibling. Okay. My dad would do shit like, okay, like, it'd be a Saturday, I'm coming to get y'all. When we were kids. Sometimes he would come. Most of the time he would come and get us. Sometimes he wouldn't. But if he said, I'm going to come get you at 10, like 10 in the morning, we're ready at 10 in the morning. We would actually have chairs sitting in front of the door waiting for him to come. And sometimes he wouldn't come maybe to like, say if he said 10, it might be like 2 hours later that he showed up. Okay. Maybe sometimes longer than that. Can you imagine? I'm sure many of you can, but just being young and wanting to see your father and the anticipation, you know, waiting and waiting and waiting. I mean, these things do things to your physical body, your mental body, your physical body, just waiting and waiting and waiting, okay, for the motherfucker to show up. And there were a couple times I remember he just didn't come at all. No explanation, no nothing, okay. And I don't care what was happening in my dad's life at that time. No, motherfucker, you're wrong. It's no, no, it's none of that. But this, but that. No, it's none of that. You just were wrong, and you really owe both of us apologies for that. Now, he did apologize to me for some shit. I don't know if he apologized to my brother, but whatever. That's their relationship. But anyway, so, I'm trying to, so one time, he told him that he was going to give him his car. When he was of age. I think he had graduated from high school. I can't remember. And he went to visit, and I guess he did all this work to get this car. I guess he told him he was going to have to work for it or something like that, and he did all the work or whatever, but he didn't give him the car. He didn't do what he said he was going to do. And that's just him. It's just disgusting, honestly. And he comes home, and all I remember is the boy was laid out in the middle of the floor for like a few days. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with him? But the lady who raised me, his mother, talking about I was so scared for him when he was laid out like that in the middle of the floor, like he wasn't talking or anything. And I do remember that. And she said, she was blaming him, my dad. Well, yeah, he is to blame for that. But lady, you're to blame too. Whatever is wrong with him, whatever is wrong with my sibling here, both of you all are to blame. Both of you. This lady tried to act like she was Miss Innocent and Miss Goody, good, sweet lady, good Christian, sweet. No, you're not. You're not. And I'm not quite sure. I think my brother's mind might be to the place where he couldn't even deal with any of it, because I remember one time I started to talk to him. We was arguing about some shit. I don't even remember what it was, but because I finally laid my dad out. I'm these people get on my nerve. I finally laid him out about some shit. I can't remember exactly what it was, but my brother comes calling me about it. And fuck are you calling me about anything for? This is none of your business, And he's her father. he's biologically he is, but he's not a father. He's never been a father. Now, if you want to live in La La Land and pretend, because my sibling does. I don't know about now. I haven't talked to him in years, but if you want to, but back then I said, if you want to live in La La Land and pretend like he's a good father and he, and all of that kind of thing. You know how people do it. That's your father. That's your mother. But they have a role that they're supposed to play. The role of a father. Just because you carry that title, because you dropped some seed and outgrew a human being, okay, doesn't mean that, and you can just do anything to the child, doesn't mean that you deserve uh, the kind of reverential, I said reverential, respect that you want, the reverence that you want. Now I will respect who you are. I can respect your position, okay, and your authority as my father. But the reverential respect, you don't deserve that. Okay, and the thing about it is, I did respect the man all my fucking life. Okay, I'm so glad I'm doing this because so many people have lied on me because I tell the truth. Okay, I don't pretend. I don't live in not like fantasy world, and people don't like the truth. They don't want to hear it, especially from some girl, some damn woman. They don't want to hear the truth. Okay, so then they will label you all kinds of things. Okay, because you're telling the truth. They're, she crazy. She got a mental illness. No, you have the mental illness, or you're fucking crazy. You're on drugs. You're this. You're not gonna put that off on me. Okay, whatever these things are. Okay, um, and I'm not going to sit up there and allow you to continue to demean me and talk to me any kind of way, not respect me, and all of these kind of things, especially when you are my father, but you haven't really even taken the time to get to know me, you know. Uh, and you don't, and when I think I probably was 40, was I 40? Or maybe I was turning 43. It was something around my birthday. I remember the situation now. And I got so sick and tired of him at 43, for 43 years. Sick and tired of him constantly uh, saying such negative things about me to me. Like, you don't even know me. The things that you're saying are not even real. They're not even true. So finally, I told him about himself. Like, I didn't cuss at him because, I only cussed one time at this lady who raised me when I saw, okay, you're a part of this whole plot and plan and scheme to get rid of me, okay, to kill me or whatever the fuck it is that you all are trying to do here, okay. Now I'm going to read this real quick. And fathers, provoke not your. This is Ephesians 6:4. See, people, you want to point at the children, and you supposed to this, and you supposed to that. You with your parents, but parents have a role too. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. I'm trying to see what part did he. Where did he bring us up at all? Number one, he bring us up at all. And in the nurture, damn sure not no nurture, and damn sure not no admonition of God, okay? But you did provoke them to wrath. Your son, whether he, I don't know what's happening with these people now, but I'm talking from what I do know. Your son is angry. You and that lady who raised him has provoked that child to wrath. Something's wrong with him mentally, but it was covered up with. He did very well academically. Okay, and y'all know y'all love that. If a person got a whole lot of money, you think that means that they're good people. And if they did well in school, you think that means that they're a good person. And you still think that way. And I don't know how, with all of the shit that's out here before us, with people who have money, who crazy as hell, okay, evil as fuck, okay, and people with these letters behind their name. Hell, I got them letters behind my name too. I went to school, I did all that shit that I didn't want to do, okay, but I did. Because I knew I was raised in a household where, bitch, you don't have a choice, okay, but anyway. So I have a right to not no longer take your verbal and emotional abuse, especially at that time. I didn't know anything about this lady not being my mother. I got a whole nother mother, you know, in terms of biological mother. This woman ain't it. I mean, you all kept so many things from me, hidden so many things from me, money here for me that you kept for yourselves. You're just liars and thieves. And ever since I can remember, all I've gotten is negativity about who I am and what I am from you all because of your indiscretions and your poor piss poor choices and your trying to steal and thieve from me and misalign me. You, I'm not taking your emotional abuse and psychological abuse any fucking more. Uh, Here's the reality. This is who and what the fuck you are. And I told him, my dad. Okay. Well, of course, he gets on the phone and calls my brother. I don't know what he called him for. But see, my dad used to, my daughter, when she was very small, um, one time my daughter was a baby. She wasn't even 1 year old. And I think I mentioned this. My sibling comes calling me. He lived in a whole nother state, asking me would I send her there, with him for, I don't know, I think a weekend or something like that. What? No, motherfucker. I thought it was weird. I thought that was really strange. Like, she's not even one. No, you cannot come get my daughter and take her to a whole nother state to be with you for shit. What you want that for? If you want to spend time with her, you can bring your ass here for the weekend and come visit. And I was like, no, I don't. Why would you want that? What do you want? What do you want that for? Now, looking at things now, and I'm not saying these people do this, but see, there's a lot of secrets with those people, and it's like all this child trafficking and all of this weird stuff going on. Like, what the fuck are you asking me that? She's not even 1 years old. That's not normal for a person to ask that. You live a whole state away. No. Not y'all come visit. Can you bring her here or some whatever he said to me? Or I come get her. You send her here because that wouldn't make no sense. What I'm gonna do? Send her in a box for I think he said a few days or some shit like that. Not no motherfucker. Now back then, I didn't know none of the shit that I'm coming to understand now. Again, like I said, this girl that won't leave me alone, their family member, uh, the lady who his mother took this girl to visit him when he was in graduate school. I thought that was weird. Why are you taking? She's just a kid. She's like 15 years, 16 years old. Why are you taking her there to visit him? They have a close relationship. And I asked him. I said, "Oh, y'all had a close relationship or something?" No. So why the fuck are you taking her there to visit him? What's really going on? And I didn't ask that question back then. Well, I did kind of ask that question, but not with the understanding of things that I have now. Like, I asked to myself, like, why would she take that girl, 15-year-old girl, cousin or not, that he doesn't even really know, and she doesn't know him, to visit him? And I think I asked, well, what did y'all send her there or take her there to check out college, maybe, you know, to see what college was like, or see if she want to go to prepare her for that. No. That was the answer. So what the fuck are you taking a 15? And I didn't ask that. So I'm thinking like, what the fuck would she take this 15-year-old girl to go see this motherfucker for? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And the questions that you would think you would get a yes to, you're getting a no. I could see, hell, you could even lie about the shit and say, yeah, that's it. But no. So what did you take her there for? What did she go there? Why did y'all take her there? I could see if you brought her to see me. She's not close to him. She wasn't close to me. She didn't know him really like that. She didn't know me. I'm supposedly the girl's cousin. Why would you? Why would you do that? All right. And you know, back then I didn't want to think nothing seedy, but of course I do now. So you asking me to allow my female infant, she wasn't even toddler yet. Nah, nigga, that shit ain't gonna happen. So when she was little, my daughter, she would every weekend she would either be with her dad or the lady who raised me. Okay, usually with her dad. And we weren't married. He wanted to be a father. I mean, like a responsible father. So she would be with him every weekend. Of course, that's her dad. So my dad had an attitude about it. Like, why would you be upset? That's her father. That's where the fuck she's supposed to be. With her father. You're not her father. You're her grandfather, but you're not her father. So I had this little birthday gathering for myself one time. It was on a Saturday, and she was with her dad, but he brought her, and they were a little late. Man, she looked so. He had. You would have thought it was her birthday. He had her hair was done. She had on the prettiest dress. I mean, even my mouth dropped when they came in, like, oh my gosh, and and he came in all suited and booted and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, wow, she looks so cute. He was like, yeah, I want to look nice. Now, I ain't saying nothing bad about this motherfucker yet, his role that he jumped in and got involved. I'm talking about my daughter's father, but moving on. So we're sitting at the table, and of course, she was sitting with her dad. My daughter was sitting with her dad. And they had their cute little relationship because she was with him all the time. Every weekend. I mean, he was every weekend, every holiday. He was active in her life. You know what I'm saying? And my dad was sitting there looking. I saw him watching the whole time, watching them the whole time. It was weird. Even my aunt, his sister, pointed it out. See how he was looking at them? That's what she said. And I said, yeah, and it was like he had an attitude. you know what are you that's her you had an opportunity to be a father and you chose not to be. Other things are more important to you. Running the streets, running with the women. I mean, he wasn't no street dude, my dad, but you understand what I'm saying. With the women, you know uh, career, money, all of that was more important to you. You told your third wife before you met her you ain't had time for your children. So if you're angry, or you feel a certain way, you feel it with and for yourself. But he calls me one time and he's fussing at me. You don't let us spend no time with your daughter. Excuse me, what the fuck? These are the types of things, okay? The fuck? Excuse me? Yeah, me and your brother was talking about how you don't let us spend no time with your daughter. What realm of hell do you choose to live in your mind? Like Bree said, in your mind. What realm of hell? Hold on. And whatever realm is in, I'm not in that realm with your motherfucking ass. Okay. All right. What realm of hell do you choose to live in? You and my brother. Yeah, me and your brother talking about how you don't never let us see her. Um, you all don't call her. You don't call her to say happy birthday. You don't call her to say Merry Christmas. You don't. I'm talking about phone call. You don't call her to say how's school today, or was school today. How are things going with you? Tell me your interests. What do you like, little girl? You don't visit her. She don't do anything concerning her. Neither one of you give a fuck about my daughter. You don't give a fuck about me. You don't care about anything about my daughter. What do you mean I don't let you all visit her? Oh, that's it. He's mad because I wouldn't allow him to take her when she was an infant to do whatever it is that you all thought you were going to do. Now, I can't say my dad. Or do whatever it is he thought, him and his weird mother thought that they were going to do concerning. I don't know. Maybe do some kind of ritual over her ass for her to hate my guts. Okay. Or I don't know, traffic her or something like that. Take pictures of her and pass it around the market, the black market, or whatever it is the fuck that you all are involved in. Oh, he's mad about that because he wasn't going to be able to make no money off of her in some weird way. Is that what that is? He live a state or two away, but your motherfucking ass live 30 minutes away. I don't let you visit her or something like that. I don't. She don't let us see her. You and him were gossiping. Also, I see. So what you all have been doing for years is getting on the phone like two little women with nothing to do, gossiping about what I is and what I ain't, trying to make yourselves feel better about your lives because, Father, you kept the secret of what you did that brought me into the world. Okay. They were trauma bonding, and and so to avoid your guilt and your responsibilities, that you just admitted, I don't have time for them. I don't have time for her, the daughter. I don't have time for them. I don't want to be bothered with their motherfucking asses. I got money to make and shit to do. Planes to fly, countries to visit, women to fuck. Okay. Okay. But you're not going to project your lack of responsibility on me. And you hate me and my guts because of your indiscretion with some young white girl. And here I is. I want to say it probably would have been better if that lady had given me to the other family that they was thinking about. Absolutely. I mean, it probably would have come with some kind of pain and trauma too. And I couldn't have stayed with them. Okay. They probably would have sacrificed my motherfucking ass and ate me for dinner. Okay. But nevertheless, okay, so you want to project your lack of uh, you not doing what the fuck you were supposed to do as a father, as a parent, onto me. Mm-mm. See, that's why they don't like me. I don't accept shit like that. Never have. I've always defended myself. I don't know why motherfuckers thought that this was going to be a go. I've always defended myself, and I will always defend myself. It's called self-love, self-preservation. Me first. And, and him, I don't know what the fuck my brother. So y'all have been gossiping about me for years, talking about what I is and what I ain't. And neither one of you don't know me for shit. I wouldn't take my brother's shit growing up. Even as a little girl, I wouldn't take your shit, which probably pissed him off. I don't care. You're not going to be mean to me and damn near abuse me, and I just sit back somewhere in a corner. Look at what Days them did to me. Boo hoo hoo. Hell no. I'm gonna speak up for myself always. My brother tried to kick my ass one time in on the schoolyard in front of everybody. Notice I said tried. No. I mean, I had no sense. You know how back in the day, I don't know about nowadays, oh, that's my big brother. That's my big brother. The big brother protects you. Hell no. This nigga didn't do shit. Mm-mm. I had the brother who got with the crowd and laughed at me. You can do that. You can try to kick my ass in front of everybody, but it's not going to turn out that way. And it didn't. This is the type of shit I grew up with. Tell his mother, oh well. Even in my grandmother's house one time. Left me at the store. Long story, I'm not going to even go into it at this particular time. Tried to kick my ass there. Tried. This guy is, he's an abuser. He was, had some girl here, young girl, pretty girl, African girl, that he was engaged to. My brother's irrational. Extremely irrational. Crazy. He's irrational. And got to trying to put his hand on a woman out there in the street. See for yourself, for you motherfuckers. He got a PhD. That means he's somebody. He just wrote, I think, at least one or two books. He done wrote books. That means he a good person. He's somebody. Okay. Let me call that girl for her to tell you how much somebody he is. Got to tussling with the girl all up in the street over here at was Cleveland, but it's border Shaker Heights, all on Larchmere, all on the street. Then I think the police had to come intervene. Nigga, you're fucking nuts. Had a second wife. He didn't marry that girl. That girl left up out of here and went and married one of his colleagues. Okay. And as far as I know, she's still married to him, just as happy. Okay. That dude, I guarantee you, I said that motherfucker was sitting back watching like, I'm going to get that girl from that nigga. He don't know how to treat her. And that's exactly what the fuck he did. And my brother was so upset and hurt by that. Why? Okay. I get it. But look how you treated her. Married some second girl. I don't know really what he did to her. She was a nut. The girl pregnant. And I mean, he just mean. She needed this and she needed that. She needed... I'm like, motherfucker, she's pregnant. What that mean? I said, have you ever been pregnant? No, it ain't for me to be. Well, then shut the fuck up. Some women have a very difficult time with pregnancy. I did. I don't like that shit. I ain't like that being pregnant shit. Y'all can keep that shit. When I was young, when I was a teenager, I wanted 12 children. I had one. That pregnancy was terrible. You know, it was terrible. I'm not going to go into all that right now. But anyway, so he's got mental issues. But his mental issues are a result of his parents. Parents. Not just my father. So what I did when my father called me with that crazy shit, anything, you don't want to deal with yourself? No. What do you mean I don't let you see her? You haven't done anything to build a bond with this girl. Nothing. But she be with her dad all the time. You goddamn right that she's supposed to be. We're not married. We don't live together. So she's with me during the week and she's with her father on the weekend. That's what she's supposed to be. He wants to see his daughter. Well, I don't know what the fuck. He got involved with this shit himself, which I told him not to do it. I warned him. Don't get involved with the shit. I warned him. I don't care what that lady who raised me told your motherfucking ass. It's going to be in your best motherfucking bet. I mean, your best interest to not get involved. But he did. He absolutely did. You're done. Okay. You're done. And I'm not quite sure, but because at this point, he doesn't even, I think up until last year was the last year, he doesn't reach out to my daughter or anything anymore. I don't know if that's part of their clause or whatever this contract is that they signed to get sacrifice her to get this money to get our comeuppance and all of this kind of thing. And you can't talk to her. And so I'm not quite sure. Okay. You can't communicate with her because he stopped communicating. He's stopped communicating with her. Okay. All right. So, anyway, that's what she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be with her father. You had your opportunity in 1972, 1969, and 1972. You chose not to. Maybe that was part of his clause too, so for his comeuppance, because he did comeuppance. Okay. All right. So maybe he was part of the secret society or whatever the bullshit is that these motherfuckers are a part of for him to get his money. Was treat your children like shit. So you can get your money and you get your promotions. Because he did. But I don't give a fuck. That's the choice that you made. Like I said, I ain't signed no paperwork. I ain't in no groups, no secret society, no Eastern Stars, none of that bullshit. I ain't nobody's fucking puppet or slave. Y'all are. So anyway, so I told him, I said, I'll tell you what, this is what we'll do. You want to see her? Which I did take her out there to see him, but you're an adult. You're a grandfather. You can reach out to her. You can say happy birthday. You can call her and all that shit. So at the time, I don't know where he lives now. He lived in Twinsburg. I just don't like coming into the city. I just don't like coming in Cleveland. Whatever. Okay. So I'll tell you what. Well, I'll meet you halfway every Sunday, 2 Sundays out of the month. I'll meet you halfway, and we'll all have breakfast together. All right. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. The first Sunday we were supposed to do it, I called him the Saturday before. Hey, tomorrow's the 1st. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do it. Why? well, I just not gonna be able to. I said, but wait a minute, you called me and told me all this shit about what I ain't doing with her and you and blah blah. So I'm trying to work it out, Yeah, I know, but I know what I said. Yeah, I know. Okay. So nevertheless, back to this sibling. So, like I said, when you talk to God, God sure will talk to your motherfucking ass. So, one time I was given some information about my sibling that I held on to for years. I said that, oh my God, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that. And I'm not going to reveal it, maybe. I don't want to. As much as he has been mean to me and nasty to me and all of this type of thing over the years, I still am in this mode of I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to hurt nobody. But people may have gotten hurt by the things that I've said about them, the truths that I spoke about them. But you damn sure didn't mind plotting and planning and scheming and ganging up in like gangs and groups to try to physically assault me, but spiritually and psychologically and emotionally assault me. You didn't mind doing that. So when I tell the truth about you, you've lied about me, and all of these things and stolen from me. I don't know if somebody's done some kind of forgery or something in my name or whatever. You've done all these things to me. Okay. I see. So your feelings being hurt, it doesn't matter. Because anything that I may have said was the truth. But as far as he's concerned, at this particular time, it's just like I always had this like heart for him. I don't know, compassion. Always. Ever since we were children, my dad would drop us off, leave. He'd be somewhere crying and whatnot. I'd be somewhere we're trying to nurse him. I always had a compassion for him. Okay. I never could understand what the hell was wrong with his ass though. I'm like, something's wrong with that motherfucker. And I didn't even think that then, like consciously, but I do think that somewhere inside of me, I was thinking something's wrong with him, But anyway, it's just secrets. And I held on to that information for a long time. So we fell out. Oh, because I was thinking of moving to Atlanta. That's when I was there with that crazy girl, that woman who raised me. It was a great niece. And I didn't know that they was plotting and planning and scheming then on me. But anyway, having their little round tables and shit. Who knows? They probably were doing something in that house, in my grandmother's house. I could be wrong. But they wanted me away for a reason. Because like I said, when I went there, I didn't do anything. I didn't do what the girl asked me to do. I'm just going to ask. I had my pendulum, I don't know, one way or the other. The time when Tamika asked me to come down to Atlanta, and I was there for about 2 months. Were they plotting and planning some kind of scheming on me then? Yeah, I figured that. Because it just didn't make any sense. It's like, why am I here for 2 months? I'm not even doing what you asked me to do. Stop, please. Okay. Were they doing something in my grandmother's house? No. Okay. Um, is that why is that why that girl called me and asked me to come down there for those 2 months? Because whatever they were plotting and planning and scheming on me then. Yes. I don't know why they couldn't do it with me here. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But again, I don't know what it was, what they were doing. But anyway, trying to figure out where was I at. Sorry, my energy, it's morning time. But any motherfucking way. Oh. So I said, well, I'm here. I put some resumes out there while I was there, and I said, let me look around for possibly a place to stay, job, all that kind of thing. Which I did get hired there, but it was so expensive to live. Every place looked crappy to me that was affordable, and the job that hired me actually. I had an interview, they hired me. It really didn't pay that much. And I'm like, I'm not going to bring my daughter down here for this little bit. It's just me and her. So I didn't take it. But I was like, well, I need to see about this house, if I'm going to leave. Now, I'll just say this. I was talking to him about the house. Okay. It was very nasty to me what I proposed to him concerning the house. Of course, he said no. It was very nasty in the way that he talked to me. He was really talking down to me, very condescending, like I wasn't shit. Okay. Whatever, like these lies that Brown Joe Bellamy tried to propagate on this website. I mean, on this app here. Like I was just a nobody, a nothing. Which is the lies that they've spread around about me. This is interesting. Besides him, these are people who haven't really done much with their life. And I have. But I'm a nobody and nothing. A prostitute, a drug addict, a whore. Okay? All of these things, which none of them are true. I dealt with drug addicts, prostitutes, and whores, meaning them. Okay. Which I never should have. But it's good, though. It's good that I did. Okay? All things work together for good to them that love the Lord. All things. So, anyway, people with mental illness, undiagnosed, some probably diagnosed and keeping it secret and all of that type of thing. That thing that was given to me about him, I told him, I know that you A, B, C, and D. It was a text. I said it to the girl, the fake cousin, and she said, well, yeah. I think so too. Okay. And I said, well, why do you think that? And she had her reasoning for why she thought that was true about him. So I didn't talk to him after that for a long time. I don't even think he responded to that text when I said that. That girl, the fake cousin, talking about her father died, funeral came, he came. That nigga couldn't look me in my face, and when he saw me, he ran out the fucking door. Yeah, so I know it's true. I know it's true. Even crazy ass, when I was texting her, crazy ass Brown Joe Bellamy picked up on it. Yet she still came here and got involved with these people. I mean, just about everybody that, I can't say everybody that I've known, but a lot of people that were in my life, they did. That woman, the fake mother, had access to. Bribed, told they were going to get something. They were going to get some kind of comeuppance, probably. It's an amazing story. Anyway, years go by. And I realized, okay, I have to leave this house here. Okay. Because these motherfuckers ain't gonna trap me up in this motherfucking house. Okay. And try to kill me. Now, again, I didn't know what the deal was. Why? So he texts me and says to me, we haven't, he said, I miss us not talking. I miss our conversations. Can we start talking again or something like along those lines? And I texted back. I was like, sure, you can call me anytime. But he never did. But see, that's that tactic people use to pull you in and then drop you. Okay. It does something to you. Like, I don't know, emotionally it does something to you. And I realized, I said, this was done on purpose. But again, this is the time when they were doing heavy black magic on me. Like this girl Z, she did it the other night. It's like, girl, get over it. I mean, really, just get over it. Move on. Move on. Stop the harassment and leave me alone. The spirit is spiritual harassment. But again, I think this girl may be driving past has found out where I live, stalking me, looking me up, following me. She probably known every place that I've lived. Probably has looked up every place that I've lived and been driving past house, except when I had moved to New York. Okay. But see, somebody like that would go there to try, let me see if I can find out where she is. Somebody like that, they would. But anyway, I'm bringing him up because I keep hearing about this married couple. Now, my brother, and he had another wife, a new one. And when they were really acting strange, that lady raised me, it's like it was some kind of spirit on her, some foul. I'm gonna find that picture. Really foul spirit. And it was like repulsive. Me and my daughter were going out to this gym. This lady was training us. And she started coming with us. She only went, I think, like twice, 2 or 3 times. But we were in the car, and I think his wife called, and she put it on speaker. This girl had graduated from, I don't know, graduate school. Maybe she got a PhD or some shit like that. They had her graduation, and they were talking about it. I think she had it at that point. And the lady who raised me went and everything. It wasn't here in Ohio. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything. So I'm just sitting there listening to them, and I'm saying, I said to myself, okay, so we back at that shit. Because that's the kind of stuff they used to do to me when I was younger. Okay. Have their little gatherings, do little things here and there, and wouldn't tell me anything. Okay. And so I'm like, or just wouldn't tell me things that were going on. Okay. Family wise, they come telling me after the fact. Why are you telling me after? Am I not a part of this family? That's what I would feel. But no, I'm not. Okay. I see now, no, I wasn't. But anyway, and I remember thinking to myself, okay, here we are back to this shit. I didn't even know the girl had graduated. I didn't even know the girl was in school, And I'm thinking, well, I guess I didn't have to know she was in school, but I didn't even know. Nobody told me. And I said, she didn't even invite me to the graduation. Ain't nobody told me or anything. But when I realized later, I said, no, she probably did tell the woman who raised you. And the word was supposed to get to you, but she didn't. That shit was done on purpose. I feel like to make me look like I'm, what would be the word? I don't know. I can't think of, I want to say the evil one, but not the evil one. See how she is. She ain't even come. Yeah, I told her about it. Let me see if that was the case. Okay. Did my brother's wife, uh, I don't know, did she tell the lady who raised me about her graduation? Um, did she tell her to tell me about it? See what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, for those who are watching, did the lady who raised me tell me about it? No, she didn't. I know anything. Never heard anything about her, anything. Like I said, I didn't even know the girl was in school. Okay. So that was done on purpose. To diminish me, to demean me, to make me look like, again, to make me look bad. Okay. But this was during this whole, when the stuff was coming to a head, or at least when I was more aware of what they were doing. Okay, with all the black magic, just the setup here. Okay, to make me look bad, to make me look like, again, like, see how she is. We told her, she knew. She just got a bad attitude, a bad spirit. I didn't know shit about it. But I just came to the realization, okay, I believe that girl, she might have sent an invite to her for me. She might have even sent me an invite, or at least, letting me know about it. But like I said, the lady who raised me was constantly going through my mail. I still don't get my mail. I still do not get my mail. I already did a reading here showing the shit has been being rerouted. But when I lived in my grandmother's house, the lady had a key. The lady who raised me had a key. I get less mail now than I was getting then. I used to get a lot of mail then. I get less mail now. When I left, when I walked away, my mail started becoming like nil. I hardly ever get any mail. I get shit. I get my bills. And advertisements, circulars and what's them things called, letters about credit cards and all that type of shit. Okay, but other than that, I don't get it. I don't get anything else. That's all I get. That's the only mail that I get. I don't get any fucking mail. But again, when I lived in my grandmother's house, where the lady had a key, okay, these are federal crimes. They don't care. She was constantly going through my mail all the time. She probably would come there when I wasn't even there and go through my mail. But she damn sure did it in my face. Okay. So once again, I don't get mail, people. I don't. I told you the mail I get my bills. Okay. Which I don't have a lot because I don't create bullshit and drama in any way, shape, or form for my life. Never have. Okay. So I don't have a whole lot of bills. Okay. The basic household shit. Okay. Transportation, car, all that kind of thing. All right. And like I said, advertising about get this credit card, you've been pre-approved, that shit. And, the basic circulars. That's all the mail that I get. That's it. When I moved out of that house, out of my grandmother's house, and I lived in Cleveland Heights, that was it. That was all the mail that I got. All right. So it was all a setup and to make me look bad, probably before some judge, court situation. Okay. Anything to make me look bad. Anything. This is what this lady who raised me did. Okay. And probably is still doing. Okay. Or continuing to try. Return to sender. You have a nice time. You have a ball with that. But anyway, and so I realized, okay, so these people, this woman has just been straight lying to about my dad. About me to my dad. Okay, and my brother now it has contributed. Now he very much became a part of the whole black magic and all of that, the dream infiltration. All of that. He went and recruited people on my dad's side of the family. Okay, his cousin, one of the cousins, okay, and a couple of the aunts. Okay, these were people who were offspring of my grandmother's second husband. My father is offspring of my her first husband. They have not done anything to me. Those people, the offspring of the first husband, they have not done anything to me spiritually. Okay, but I do think two of them may have stolen something that maybe their grandmother, my great grandmother, might have left for me. Okay, but the others did have contributed. Oh, three of the aunts, spiritually, with the spiritual harassment and attack. Okay, and one of their cousins, one of my cousins. Okay, this is on my dad's side. One time, a couple years ago, I was doing these blackout readings that I haven't taken anything off of here except maybe private readings that I've done for people. And I think I might have deleted those, okay, but I made those unlisted. And one video, like I said, I did hear about this little girl that was viciously attacked, which is so interesting. Just a side note on that, because I was listening to that video that I did, and I heard a voice. I said something, and it was like there was some kind of voice that responded deep. It was really scary. So I was like, oh my gosh, And I told someone else, I said, listen, do you hear that? And she felt like it could have been the little girl's spirit calling out, because I was covering that situation. And I said, well, the girl is alive, but it still doesn't mean that that wasn't the case. Okay, I don't know if that little girl's alive or not, but but I did make that private and unlisted, because there's some kind of it's been talked about, but there's just some kind of weird underground, I don't know, secret society, whatever you want to call it, ring, and I don't think it's just here. Okay, obviously this thing is connected all over, countrywide, statewide, citywide, countywide, countrywide, worldwide. Okay, because that situation with that child was, come on, let's wake up, people. Let's wake up. Okay, but anyway, back to what I'm saying. But I had a dream one time. The wife, my sibling's wife, participated in this dream infiltration. Only once, because I did a reading on it. And I didn't say her name and all that kind of shit, but I made it obvious, bitch, I'm talking about you. I said something to the effect of, they're telling your ass to just go somewhere and sit down and wait. Okay. And I keep hearing about a married couple. Now, me and my brother was going at it one time by email, and I told him, when they moved to the state that they moved to, I told him, you moving, because the girl had graduated, well, she got a job there. I said, no, that's where her man is at. That's why you're moving there. That's where her lover is, her man, nigga. You need to wake up. Was I right about it? Is that what my brother's wife, is that state that they moved to, is that what her man was? Okay. Yes. This is yes for me, for those who have been watching. I told him, you moving there. She got a job there after she graduated. See that big swing? That's what her dude is. And it ain't you. My brother's been married 3 times. Everybody except the first wife. I would tell him things. This is the situation you got with that person. How do you? Because I know these women. I never talked to them like like in depth or anything, just in passing. Because I didn't know to call it psychic and all of that, and intuition. It's just like, to me, it's like, ain't it obvious, motherfucker? Isn't it obvious? But when you intuitive or psychic or whatever, then no, it's not obvious. Insightful, no, it's not obvious to other people. How did you know? Why won't you listen? That's the question. You don't, and you get yourself caught up and involved, and entangled and married and children and all this kind of shit, and then you sitting somewhere with the blues. Then I'm going off on them, telling them, you better leave me alone. I said some really crass things. You better leave me alone with all of this bullshit. Okay, if you're not A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And then I get a text. Um, this is, I don't know, some old silly, do not, this is not the way to talk, or some shit like that. And I'm like, okay, this is the bitch, the wife. Bitch, fuck you. This is not about you. Oh, but I see. After the dream infiltration, you're waiting for your peace. You're believing with all your heart, soul, and might that you're going to get some money so you can leave him and take it to your man. Because when I met this girl, I said, okay, she seems nice, real countrified. And my brother's weird. Okay, he's got like, not so much, I don't think it's called OCD, and I'm not saying that's why he's weird, but he is weird. Um, like, things have to be put away a certain way. Like, some people, that got this thing where is that OCD, where, okay, if you put all the canned vegetables, it got to be in alphabetical order, you know, and the label have to be turned a certain way. Okay, and all the CDs, remember, he had a lot of CDs. They all have to be in this particular order. And the forks and stuff have to be in a drawer a certain way. Okay, given the chaos that he grew up with, I can understand that is like a way to feel like probably safe, to feel safe. Okay, um, and bringing order. Okay, where there was chaos, again, to feel safe, and to feel, people do these things to create a safety net. Okay, and once again, to create order in their lives. Okay, because when there's order, you feel safe. Okay, you feel safe when there's order. Okay, and I can understand that. And he was telling me about it one day, and talking about her. She said that her dad the same way, so she don't mind. And I want to tell him she's full of shit. Okay. I don't know if her father was like that or not, but I want to tell him she's full of shit. She's lying to you, motherfucker. You look like the kind of man that, like, you got it all together. You got some money. Okay, you got a nice career. Okay, you done wrote some books and all of that shit. You got the PhD behind your name and all of that shit. That's what that bitch wants. Not you. But I told her I only wanted one child, and she said that was fine with her. That's all she wanted. She's full of shit. She's lying. She want to be married. You look like the ideal. I didn't tell him this because you're not gonna listen to me anyway. You look like the ideal man. Okay, you're a black man. You're young enough. Okay, uh, you got a good career. Okay, he's a college professor. You got a good career. You got the PhD. You in the fraternities and all of that shit. On paper, you look like the ideal candidate. You ain't a mud duck. Okay, you well, ladies might think he attractive. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I always thought he was funny looking. But anyway, you know, you decent looking guy. Okay, you dress well. Okay, you probably be out there smelling good and all this kind of stuff. Okay, that's it. That's all she want, nigga. And if you're fine with that, fine. Okay, but it ain't you. I really thought, I said, this bitch right here, what she's going to do is get some money up out of this motherfucker and then run for the fucking hills, divorce his fucking ass. Let me see, was I right about that? Okay. Was that what I just said about my brother's wife? Was that her plan? Oh, I knew that. Now see, if he's watching this or he watches this, he'll say, well, how did she know? And why didn't she tell me? Because, motherfucker, you don't listen to me. You'll get on the phone with your dad and tell him that I told you that. Oh, that wasn't right. That wasn't right. And she would say that. That wasn't right. And then it happens over and over and over and over again. But I'm the bad guy. No, because I'm telling you the truth. If that's what you want, I mean, if you can live with that, that's fine. Okay. You want to be married, you have to have your wife. It look good on paper. Okay. You want to be the bourgeoisie Negroes. Okay. You want to be part of the what did they call them? The whatever percentage that coined their phrase for the black community. That's what you want to be. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I don't have nothing against that. I'm just telling you what you're dealing with, just so you know. This is who and what she is. It's not about you. She don't give a fuck about you. Okay. That's just the reality. She wants to be married. Okay. And you fit all, you check everybody. She can take you home to her mom and her dad and her family, and all the boxes will check. Okay. They don't know, though, that you said the man should choke his wife, or that you was half beating the bitch, the old fiance, out on the street, like just a regular street nigga. They don't know that. They don't know the real deal or whatever happened with you and that second wife. They don't know that. What you did to her. They don't know that shit. And whatever happened with you and your first wife, I don't know. Okay. They was kids. So whatever, they were really young. But see, they don't know all of those things. And if they do, you're going to clean it up. They don't know that you need psychological help. They don't know that. They don't know that you plotting and planning and scheming. At this point, they may now, but at this point, to kill your sister. They don't know that shit. That you practice all kind of black magic, witchcraft, and probably been siphoning off of your sisters, her chakras, and all that kind of shit. And who knows what the fuck you want to do with my daughter, and who knows what the fuck you was doing with that cousin of yours. They don't know all of that. Well, that girl, they don't know. So let me tell you something, little Miss Ma'am. Little D. Her first name begins with a D. You're not getting shit from me. Your I don't know if your family has participated in this or not. You're not getting anything from here, from over here. Nothing. Not one single solitary fucking thing. Ain't no need for you, nobody to pretend you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Not one single solitary motherfucking thing. Because see, you were supposed to be in black with the rest of them at the funeral with me laying in the casket already, years ago. So whatever the plot and plan and the scheme is for you to get the money that you want to get so you can go somewhere off traipsing off with your man. Not my sibling, but your man. He can forget it too. So we're going to do a quick reading on this. I ain't going to take long because I got a vamoose. Okay. What do we need to know? about this. Money. Like I said, money. You too, sibling, ain't shit. Whatever you got already for what you have done, for the siphoning you have been doing off of me. That I remember that little witchy book you had in your house when you was married to the first woman. I remember that, and I remember talking to you about it. And I asked you what the fuck you doing with that book. Oh, I don't know. You know this. In other words, oops, you wasn't supposed to see that shit. So whatever the fuck you got, for the little bit of shit that you did do, you're not getting shit else from off of me, in my energy, in my essence, in my being, in my chakras, and all of that shit, the witchy poo shit that motherfuckers do. Okay. You and the secret groups and societies and fraternities and all that shit. I had a dream about you. I did my blackout reading on it with you with a whole group of men. No, you're not getting shit else. Them days is over. Somebody's haunted. Okay, somebody's haunted. This is what you want to be, a fucking boss daddy. Okay. Go do it on your own merit and your own accord. Okay. Yeah. Drain her the fuck dry, but you know she ain't got shit. This what you do. Fake flexing. That's what y'all love to do, that shit. Anything else? I missed that. Impersonating, pretending, fake flexing, looking good on paper, wanting to be your boss daddy. But this shit is haunting someone. Or you just a haunted motherfucker. Y'all done earned the papers, right? That's supposed to say you somebody, and how you can be the black bourgeoisie boule motherfuckers, okay, or whatever, okay, or in the fraternities and all of that, sororities and all of that type of shit. Go, you know, do it off your own way. The whole shit is played the fuck out. She was nice and obedient and stayed up out of the dreams. You're not going to get shit from over here, honey. Okay. I don't know, motherfucker. Have you been cyberbullying me or anyone? Okay. You're being bullied online, or they are online, or they has suffered from it, etc. Okay. Well, I damn sure have been. And y'all damn sure big with this fake smile shit. I saw that picture you had up. You, my dad, looking sick as all get out. That your mother, your oldest son, your sons was the only ones who looked like something. You with your fake smile, you're always faking. You're just a fake. And that wife of yours. Okay. Then she have on a pink dress in it, I think so. Okay, fake smiles. But you all can be fake. I don't care nothing about something. I just came up twice running. I don't know, okay? And there are bad habits here. And I know that. I'm not saying with her. Drugs, addictions, toxicities. I don't know. Is there some kind of alcohol addiction? Somebody's an alcoholic. I believe. I don't know, maybe this is something between you and your wife. Okay? Dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessiveness, karmic. Okay? Obsessive lover. Okay, I don't know. Okay? And a forcer. Okay? And forces things on you, forces their way in, uses force to get what they want. This is an underlying issue for you. And I'm just going to leave that there. Okay, again, fake account, something with, again, so I don't know. Fake social media accounts to spy Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. I never thought that you would do something like that, but you just might, okay? And a broke ass, okay? When you got that, how much did you get for that house? 70-something thousand, and you gave me 4,000. Okay. For a house that was supposed to be for me and you, that I lived in for 11 years and you lived in for 2. I don't know. Is it to help with these bad habits? Did you need the money for that? Okay. Bad karma. You're dealing with it. Okay. I'm gonna stop with this debt. Move on. I swear I never, even though I knew growing up that it was strange, I wasn't supposed to be there, something was wrong with you people and all of this kind of thing. I never, still never in a million years would have thought any of this stuff. Never. Never. If anybody would have told me, I would have been like, there's some strange shit going on. No, they don't like me, but I don't think they're any of that. Okay. Anything from here? Okay. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you, this woman you married. That's all that was, okay? I don't know. Did she use some kind of lust, or there's some kind of lustful situation here? Okay. And like I said, somebody's haunted and hurting. Okay. Again, all of you all are toxic as fuck. Okay? Addictions, bad advice, wrong crowd. Okay? Wrong crowd for me. I mean, like when I came back here years ago, and I was minding my business, doing my own thing, not involved with none of you motherfuckers. I should have kept it that way. Look, red flags. I should have paid attention to the red flags. And just kept it that way. But it wouldn't have mattered because the woman who raised me, she was already on her thing. Okay. I don't know. Maybe someone's looking at pictures. Okay, maybe of me, or I don't know, that's my sister, I don't know, type shit. Regrets, reminiscing you, reconciliation, okay, harmony, resolving issues, getting back together. Not with me, there won't be. Okay, and the snooping, once again, maybe online, okay, which really, this is the only, I got YouTube, okay, I tried to do a TikTok with the what do you call it, the AMSR with my nails, but nothing came of that. Okay. This is what she told you she was, or tried to come off as, or this is how she saw you as high value. I'm not saying the girl is, your wife is a bum fuck and all of that kind of stuff. She's not, okay? The same typical blue, bougie black shit, okay, from the 1980s that motherfucker still trying to hold on to, from looking at the Jeffersons and all them silly ass black movies that they had back during then, okay? And we can be that now. They gave us rights, okay? So now we can be bougie and we can have some money and join all the sororities, fraternity, which black people have always done that, but I'm just saying, and the boule and all that kind of shit, and be in offices with our suits like it's a movie. Okay, again, money. That's your driving force. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Everybody wants some nice things, okay? And everybody want to live a nice little life and have financial security. I'm not sure you all want financial security, okay? Because you buy your records and shine your shoes and pay for your addictions. You don't get financial security by doing that just because you get a lot of money in your hands. How fast did that $75,000 run through your fingers? Okay. Did you invest it? Did you make some kind of investment with it? Let me see. Okay. The money that my sibling got from the house, okay, which he stole from me basically, did he invest it at all? Of course not. I knew that. I knew that back then. I said, this motherfucker ain't gonna do nothing but buy his alcohol or whatever, okay, and buy some rigs and shine his shoes and fake flex, okay, and make that woman he got, okay, make her feel like she's somebody. Now I got a man, we got money, okay, that type of thing. Okay, anything else? Okay, I don't know. Somebody's unsure about something, contemplating something. Okay, thinking about something. Okay. Okay. And somebody's stubborn as fuck, probably that wife of yours. Because, bitch, if you think somebody's been caught as well, but, bitch, if you think, okay, okay. There's a lot of shit with sexual shit here. I told you that's where her man is at. But you probably got your side piece too.